Hello again, Steve here with a few comments on something that I jotted down in my little handy dandy book here today. Something to do with things shouldn't be. So often we say this, don't we? That shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't do that. The weather shouldn't be like this today because we're having a picnic. Well, perhaps at times we're in need of a reality check. And when I sometimes think about, drill right down to what seems to be governing everything, seems like there's maybe in the end there's like one truth that comes together, and that seems to be that things are either in balance or seeking balance, right? I mean, everything, it seems to be either still or moving. And if it's moving, it's seeking balance. If it's still, it must be in balance. Or at least appears to be in balance. Which means, in a way, I guess, things are exactly as they should be. Due to the forces that are upon them. So if we're ill, if we're happy, if we're excited, if we're impoverished, if we're rich, there has been inputs into those situations. And though some of those situations are out of our control, they're still forces, right? I mean, we could be driving along and due to no apparent fault of our own, some drunk driver hits us. Well, in the grand scheme of things, if we're injured, we should be injured, right? Because a car just hit us. So I don't know. There's something about, in terms of quality of life, in sort of putting things to rest, and rather than trying to beat them up with whether they should or shouldn't be, if we can just recognize that things are the way they are because of the inputs. In the same way, like it's sort of like computing, right? You know, 4 is 4 because 2 and 2 equal it, or 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals it, or whatever. There's no amount of trying to rationalize it otherwise makes it any other way, right? The way we are in our current situations is because of a bunch of inputs. Some of them are in our control, some of them are out of our control. To realize that is to realize that things are the way they are and they should be the way they are. And there's nothing we can do really about the uncontrollables. The only thing we can focus on is the controllables, which is what it is that we have control of in our lives. And by doing so, we sort of take responsibility of that element of our life that we do have responsibility for, that we do have control over. And to me, this is just quality of life promoting, because it puts to rest all of this angst that I've been hard done by, that shouldn't be this way. No, everything should be this way because all of the inputs led to it. And just let it go, really, and work on the things that I do have control over, and work with those that I don't. I hope this is helpful. Should. Shouldn't. Well, perhaps we can use the word should, but shouldn't sometimes is to leave you with one little quote, which I thought was really funny one time. I used to listen to a guy named Osho, who was a East Indian sort of spiritual / philosophical guru. And he had one saying one time, and he always did things in a straight face, and I'm for certain this guy knew what he was saying, and he did it just so people remember it. He said that we should not have shoulds or should nots. I'll leave it. That's from Osho. I'll leave that with you tonight. Steve here again. Great chatting. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.